Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so we just finished our first delivery to Katie's Coffee Corner, right? And we realized that we had a lot of things that we need to do. We needed to update the subsidiary ledger for Katie. We need to do the commissions, and we also need to do the inventory worksheet. Okay? So there's a lot of transactions that happen, especially when you're doing sales. Okay, in this one, there's 3 things that we need to look at. All right. So with that being said, now let's go ahead and continue. And what has happened next?
Purchase from restaurant supplies.
We purchased, we purchased from restaurant supplies. All right. So how do I journalize this?
We're going to debit medium coffee cups
Okay.
and large coffee cups.
Okay.
And large coffee cups.
Okay.
And then we're going to do credit checking.
Credit checking.
Or Visa payable.
Visa payable. Good. We paid with the business credit card. Visa
Thank you
payable.
for the rest of the line, Lynette.
So good. All right. Now,
That's what teamwork are there for.
that's what you guys are supposed to do. All of you guys are supposed to contribute. Okay. So here, what are my amounts going to be?
Medium cups 100 and large cups 150.
100.
Or not, because we have to do the material sales credit.
We also have to put, yes, the sales tax, yes.
That's what I meant.
Yes.
Divide that by 2.
Not divide by 2. What's unique about sales tax?
Because of the way the larger coffee would end up more expensive.
Right. It's based on the total amount of sales that you have.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So in this case, I charged the whole total amount of 100 for this medium cups, and I charged 150 for the large cups. So how do I distribute the tax based on that? It's atomized, right? It's percentage wise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would base on the amount, $8.25 for the medium,
Mm-hmm.
and then the difference 150.
So I got $8.25 for the medium cups.
Okay.
So it'd be 108.25.
108.25. Good.
And then it will be 162.37 unless we're rounding.
Okay, so in this case,
it's 12.375.
so let's look at calculations. We have one that's for 85 cents or one for 25 cents. And our total amount of tax was $20.63. So it needs to be 38. Okay. To give us our grand total of being 270.63. All right, what were my account numbers again for my medium coffee cups and the large coffee cups?
11,760.
Sorry, say that again.
11,760.
760, and the other one is 11,770.
65.
Oh, 65. Okay. And then lastly, our Visa payable is going to be 22,000. Okay. So, what's my description or what's my note I'm going to have here?
Restaurant supplies 4,000 cups.
Yes. Okay, hold on. Restaurant supplies. Okay. Well, for how many cups? Or for what cups?
A total of 4,000 cups.
Okay. Good. There, right here, we've reached the bottom of our journal. Since there's only 1 or 2 lines left, that's definitely not enough for anybody to squeeze a transaction in there. So you don't need to draw a line. Okay? So
Man, I had a question. Real
go
quick.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, pertaining to the sales tax of 82.5, why we didn't do sales tax payable as a separate entry?
Okay, so sales tax payable, right? Are we owing the government money?
No.
No, in this case, we're paying the government money, right? We're including the sales tax to every item that we purchase. So we don't need to separate a sales tax payable because we don't owe the government. We've already paid our duties to the government. So on their books, they need to record the sales tax payable. But for our books, no, we don't. Whatever our tax goes to, it's going to be evenly distributed, or not evenly distributed. It's going to be prorated, distributedly amongst our selling price. So in this case, that's how much tax I'm going to incur, and it's already included in the items I purchased. All right, I don't need to create another account for any reason.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now that we have our journal, what is next?
Ledger.
The ledger. Yes. So let's go ahead and update our ledger. So in this case, my items I purchased are going to be my business supplies. So here's my medium coffee cups. Okay. Day 19. I'm going to write 2,000 cups. Okay. General journal number 7. So we reach the end of 7. Okay. And how much am I going to be increasing my amount by?
100.
By 100?
It's 100.
Where did my tax go? Where did you calculate your tax from?
I was referring to the, I'm sorry,
No worries.
the 108, 108.25.
108.25. Okay. In making my total amount to be
162.37?
162.37. That's how many cups I should have right now. Okay. All right. Here, oh, not the 18, the 19. All right. I also purchased another 2,000 cups, right? I got a grand total of 4,000. All right. General journal number 7. How much did I increase my large cups for? 162.38, bringing my grand total to be
24357.
Two. $243.57. Good. Okay. And then lastly, we got to go to our Visa payable, which is our liabilities. Okay. So Visa payable, okay, is right here. What am I going to put here?
Restaurant supplies,
You technically don't need the vendor in this case. What did you buy? What did you charge?
4,000.
4,000 cups.
Yes. 4,000 coffee cups. General journal number 7. All right. And how much was that credit transaction for?
270.63.
270.63. Bringing my new grand total to be
811.53.
811.53. Okay. Good. All right. Where else do we need to go?
The subsidiary ledger?
Subsidiary ledger, yes. All right. Who were we dealing with?
Restaurant supplies.
Restaurant supplies. Restaurant supplies right here. Okay. So here on the 19th, what did we buy?
4,000 cups.
4,000 coffee cups. And how did we pay?
With Visa.
We paid with the Visa. Okay. Invoice, of course, there's no invoice. That's okay. General journal number 7. All right. So what was my invoice amount number? What was my total invoice amount?
270.63.
270.63. And what was the amount that I paid?
Same amount.
270.63. And if you brought down the formula, it should be 0. You owe nothing to them. But this is just a point of reference in case you need to make a return, then your return would apply. Okay? Okay. What is next?
This year's electric bill.
Okay. So we're gonna pay them. How do we know how much we need to pay them?
Did we get the bill?
This is the bill. Yes, we did. We did get the bill.
Where's the?
Subsidiary ledger?
Your subsidiary ledger holds all of your information for all the bills that you received. So in this case, we are looking at Silver State. Sergeant here, Silver State. So here, we did receive a bill on the 15th, right? It was invoice number 3351, right? And it's due in 4 days, meaning it's supposed to be due on the 19th of June, which is what we're on today. So for the whole entire invoice amount, it's $410.70, and we owe $10.70. So we need to go ahead and pay this. So I'm gonna go back to my journal. So what is my transaction going to be? What is my transaction going to be?
Checking?
Is that a debit or a credit?
Are you asking me?
Yes. Is that are you going to debit the checking or are you going to credit the checking?
Is a debit and then accounts payable is a credit? I could be all wrong.
Are we owing more money or are we paying them?
We're paying them.
We're paying them.
So that would be debit.
What is debited?
Accounts payable?
Accounts payable is going to be debited because we're trying to reduce what we owe because now on this day I'm paying what I owe. So in this case, I'm going to debit my accounts payable because I'm trying to reduce a liability. And what's my credit account going to be?
$1,000, whatever it was.
1,070.
1,070. All right, but what's my credit account going to be? Checking. Good. So that we're decreasing our money because we're paying somebody, right? So we're decreasing what we actually have in our bank.
Okay, so I had it backwards.
Yes. Yes, because we're not increasing the money. We didn't receive anything and we're not owing any more money.
The increasing of the money sounds really good.
Yes, it does.
Then we will be selling more.
Okay, so here we've indicated that we're making a payment to Silver State. Now, it says to use a check. What check number am I using?
So we're looking at a check register.
We're going to go to our check register. Okay. 619. All right. Check number 1518 is going to be our number. All right. And for how much are we going to write this check out for? 1070. And who am I writing this check out to?
Silver State.
Electrical. Right, good. So back to my journal now. I'm going to indicate, well, who's my vendor?
Silver State.
Silver State Electrical. Okay. Invoice number. Do you guys remember what it was? 3351. And I wrote a check number. And what was that check number? 1518. Okay, so now I've completed my journal. So what comes after the journal?
Update the check register,
We already went to the check register.
then the ledger.
The ledger. Let's update our ledger account first and then go to our subsidiaries. So ledger account, what did I do? I'm paying off a liability, so going to my accounts payable. All right. 619. What am I going to place here?
Invoice number
Okay. Invoice.
and the check number.
Okay, so invoice number 3351. Check number 1518. And this is General Journal number 8. And I'm decreasing my liabilities by 1070. All right, that makes my account now less, right? I had 14,000, now it dropped it down to 13,000. So I owe a little less because I'm paying off a bill. Okay. I'm going to go to my assets and I'm going to go ahead and place in my date. What piece of information am I going to fill out here?
Silver State, check number 1518.
Invoice can do it all.
Invoice.
Invoice 3351, check number 1518. Right? General Journal number 8. Right? Am I debiting or crediting my account?
Debit.
What you said? What?
Debit.
Why would you debit your account?
Your credit. You're issuing a check.
Yes. So here, my new balance should be down to $458.16. So that we should be worried because our bank account is very low. Okay? Okay. So once we've done that, now we got to go to our subsidiary ledger. Okay, to Silver State right here. And I'm going to go ahead and fill this piece of information out. Okay. All right. I wrote a check number 1518. Okay. And this bill is for the 3351, and this is General Journal number 8. Now in this case, I already have the bill in here and I owe 1070. So here, I'm just going to say, well, in this transaction here, I just paid the 1070. Right? And if I pull this formula down, it should show me that I have a negative 1070, bringing me down to a complete zero. It zeroed out my 1070 that I owed earlier, right? In my accounts payable, right, section column, the very first thing I said, I owe 1070. By making the payment, it made a negative 1070 in my window, making me at the very end of my table at the total in the gray, it totaled to me that I owe zero to Silver State Electrical. Okay. Okay, so now that was done, what has happened here?
All this submitted in order for Super A market.
Okay.
Order number 103
Okay.
for regular coffee, chicken coffee, and ceramic mug.
Okay.
So it's with the term 1%, 10, net 20.
Okay.
So if you journalize,
When is this going to happen? Okay. We don't need to journalize just yet unless they gave us a prepayment. In this case, no, there's no journal that needs to be done here because the job has not been completed. So therefore, where should we put this piece of information?
Invoice. Purchase order?
Not in our purchase orders. Where do we place this?
And the commission, what was it, the commission?
Correct. Under the commissions pages because our purchase order for the company is completely different. This is Albert's responsibility, correct? This is what Albert is going to make a sale for. Okay? And we need to also make sure that he completes these tasks because then, if we calculate it and he calculates something different, we'd be able to pull up the sheet. And plus, it's our sales. So, it's important that we also keep track of these sales, his sales as well. So who was it to? Super A Market. All right. Invoice number 103. And what was the total amount that Super A was billed for? Or is going to get billed for? $498.80. And that's all that we need to do for him until he go ahead and completes his task. Okay. So then, last but not least, what has happened at the end of the day? What has happened?
We have sales.
We have our in-store sales, okay? So, with that being said, what am I going to be collecting and what are my accounts that I will be entering in here?
We're gonna be, debiting checking,
Good, because these are all cash sales. Good.
and we're gonna debit, sales discount,
Good. Sales discounts, a contra account. Good.
and then we're gonna break down the sales.
And we're going to break down the sales. All right, let's start with one at a time. First one.
Sales, medium regular,
Good.
sales large regular, sales medium supreme,
Good. Sales. Okay. What else?
sales large supreme,
Mm-hmm.
and what else? Do we do the sales tax payable on this one?
Yes, we do. But there's one more thing that we also sold. What is that?
The ceramic coffee mug.
Yes, ceramic coffee mugs. And then now we can go ahead and introduce the sales tax payable. Okay, so this one is because who is actually paying the sales tax? Are you paying the sales tax or the customer?
The customer.
The customer. And is that money ours or is that money that we're supposed to hold and put forth to the government?
Goes to the government.
It goes to the government. This is a portion of the money that does not belong to us. So that's why we owe the money, because the customers are giving us the money. All right, so let's go ahead and tell me what all those accounts are. So what is the sales discount account? Okay. Sales medium. Oh yeah, you're right. It's 4,300. This one's 4,350. This is 4,450, 4,500, and 4,150. And sales tax.
27,000.
Yep. All right. So how much cash am I receiving?
$898.80.
$898.80. All right. How much was my discount for? 207.57. How much was my total sales for the medium regular coffee? 171.14. And then for my large regular coffee? 269.10. What about my medium supreme coffee? And my 303.63, and my coffee mugs 69.90. And what's my total tax? 68.50. So I'm going to double confirm if I debited my accounts correctly, or the total matches my credits. So here I have 1106.37, 1106.37 on the other side. Okay, good. So I typed it in correctly. All right. What is going to be my description or my notes here? Anybody? You can, okay, grand opening. 20% discount. Good. And then I think in-store sales, because this isn't anybody else. Okay. Good. So, what is next? What is next?
Do we do a deposit now?
If you'd
Or
like,
we wait?
we can do the
we-
deposit.
Since we were already.
Yeah. So, how much was my total cash I actually received?
$898.80.
$898.80. So, what's the date that I'm going to deposit it? It's going to be the 19th. All right. So now, okay, that is, I think that automatically filled in for me. So now I'm going to be depositing my check from Katie's Coffee Corner and the amount of cash that I received from my in-store sales. So in this case, what's my grand total that I am going to be depositing? $1,008.33. So that's how much my total deposit is for that day. I don't need to go to the bank 4 or 5 times a day because if I'm receiving a check from somebody, it's best to just wait it out and just instead of making so many trips out to the bank, you can just make one. So that's exactly what I did here. I collected the check. However, I deposited all at once because I had to make my cash deposits. Okay? Anyway, at the end of the day. So good. What else do I need to do next?
So we go to the ledger next.
Yes, we're going to go to the ledger next. All right, and where are we starting off with?
Checking.
Okay, so 619. All right. Sales, all right, general journal number 8. So how much did I increase my bank account with? 898.80, bringing my grand total to be now $1,356.96. So I'm good. I made my sales, so I'm good in the clear. Good. All right. What's my next account that I'm going to be looking at?
Sales discount.
Sales discount, which should be at the bottom of your worksheet or your workbook. I have delivery income. Here it is, sales discount. For the 19, same thing. Grand opening 20%. General journal number 8. And this time, how much was my discount for? 207.57. All right. Bringing my grand total to be $566.28. Good. All right. Now I'm going to scroll all the way up to the top. All right. Did I have sales regular coffee? No. What is it?
No, it's not a sale. No.
Okay,
It's
good.
the regular price.
Yes. All right. So here now we at our sales medium regular coffee. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and indicate here on the 19. Oops. Okay, got you 19. How many cups did I sell? 86 cups of medium coffee, regular coffee. General journal number 8. And how much sales did I have? What was the amount that I had for the medium? 171.14, bringing my grand total to be $489.54. Good. Okay. So we're going to go down to the next one, which is my large regular coffee. So June 19. How many cups did I sell? 90. Okay. General journal number 8. And what was my amount for? 2, 6, 9, 10. Bringing my grand total to be 714.61. Good. Now, my medium supreme coffee, how many cups did I sell?
90.
90 cups. Good. General journal number 8. And how much was those 90 cups sold for?
224.10.
224.10. Bringing my new ending balance to be 632.46. Good. Next one is going to be my large supreme coffees. So 619. How many did I sell? 87 cups. All right. Say that again. 303.63. Bringing my new balance to be 882.97. And we're going to scroll all the way back up to the top because of my ceramic coffee mugs. All right. So here under, that's Supreme Coffee, one more down. Here's my ceramic coffee mug, so June 19. How many coffee mugs did I sell? 10. Well, I should be more specific that I sold it, but that's okay. All right, and this is general journal number 8. And how much did it cost me to sell 10 of those coffee mugs? $69.90. $69.90. Bringing my total to be $211.64. Last but not least, we need to update our sales tax payable. So now we're going to go to liability, scroll all the way down until we find our sales tax payable. Oh, I'm way far off. Sales tax payable. There you go, sales tax payable, June 19. Okay. General journal number 8. And what was the amount of tax I collected for the day? $68.50, bringing me a grand total of how much do I owe? $186.87. Okay, that is how much I owe the government as of June 19. Okay. All right. Last but not least, since we've already deposited our money, and we need to do one more last thing. And what is that? So I'm gonna, yes, we need to calculate our cost of goods sold. So I'm going to push this information so you guys can see it better. So cost of goods sold. All right. So here we sold or we used a total of 15 pounds of the regular coffee and 15 pounds of the Supreme coffee. Okay. So what do you want to do first? Inventory? Okay, we could do inventory. Okay. So we got a regular. Okay. 619. We sold a total of 15. And what is our cost per item?
1.60947.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to apply that same equal round formula. And what do we get?
2414.
Another 24.14. Okay. So let's go ahead and update our inventory. So we started with 209. Now we got rid of 15. So what is our total amount that we should have?
194.
194. All right. And what is our total amount going to be?
31224.
312.24. And what is my cost per item going to be?
Almost close to that. 1.60948.
Yes. So we see every time we sell something, it's increasing our cost per item. And because we're selling by the bundle, right, every penny counts. So in this case, it's raising up very slowly. Okay. So here we sold a total of $24.14 of the regular coffee. So for the Supreme coffee, we also sold 15 items. All right. Which cost per item am I going to use? The first one for 180. So what is going to be the total amount that I sold? 27 $27 even. Okay. And let's go ahead and update our inventory. We started with 87 minus 15 gives us how much?
I pulled out the wrong number. I'm sorry.
That's fine. $72. Right, good. 72. Because I have my calculation in here automatically, it should be $129.60. So that means my grand total should be $253.58.10 for my Supreme. All right, so we sold 27 of Supreme and we sold 24.14 of the regular. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. What's my journal going to look like? What's my journal going to look like? COGS.
Regular coffee.
Good. Regular coffee.
Supreme coffee.
Okay, and what accounts am I taking them out of? Where am I taking these amounts out of?
Regular coffee and Supreme coffee.
Good. Regular coffee and Supreme Coffee. Good. And my account numbers is going to be, I think this is 550, this is 5100, this is 12020, 12040. Okay. And then I'm going to also complete my journal with, actually, let me write the numbers in first. So how much regular coffee did I sell?
$24.14.
24.14. Therefore, I need to subtract 24.14. How much Supreme Coffee did I sell? Yep, 27. Good. We calculated $27 in our Supreme Coffee. $27. Therefore, we need to subtract $27 worth. All right? And I'm going to complete my journal with in-store use. Okay. I've already updated my inventory worksheet, so that's good to go. So what's the last thing I need to do?
Post it to the ledger.
Post it to the ledger. Okay. So here I am in my ledger. I got to go to cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold. So the first cost of goods sold I've encountered is going to be for my regular coffee for the 19. All right. How many pounds did I use? 15. Use 15. LBS. General journal. Am I still on 8? Right? How much did I sell it for? $24.14. Making my new total to be how much? $90.01. Good. What has, okay, so here is the cost of goods sold for Supreme Coffee. $6.19. How many pounds did I use? Okay, so I used another 15 LBS. Okay. General journal number 8. Okay. And how much was that amount for? $27 even, bringing my grand total to be $95.40. Okay. Now we got to go update our inventory on hand because we sold it. Okay, so I'm going to go to inventory. Here I am with regular coffee. So $6.19. They indicate that I use 15 pounds LBS. Okay. General journal number 8. Okay. And I'm going to credit my amount for $24.14. So what is my new balance in my inventory account for regular coffee? $312.24, which is exactly what matched in our inventory worksheet. Right? Last but not least, we're going to come here and update our Supreme Coffee. So again, 619. We used 15 15 lbs. All right. General journal number 8. And what amount is going to be 27. Bring in my new grand total to be 358.10, which matches our inventory worksheet on hand 100%. So here you go, 358.10. Okay. And I think that is where I'm going to stop us today since it's already 11:47. If you guys don't have any other questions, again, we're just going to continue going on the 20th of June. Okay, so we're almost done. What I expect us to do is just complete tomorrow's transaction, and then the next day after that, we're going to complete the trial balance again to see if our if our debits match our credits, okay? So here, I'm going to leave off right here. Any questions in regards to how we got here for all the way up to the 20th?
I have a quick question.
Yes.
When we purchased from restaurant supplies the 2,000 medium cups, where it was actually 4,000, we didn't have to do anything with inventory?
No. It's not an inventory item.
Okay.
Okay? However, what's going to happen is at the end of the period, right? We're going to do what's called a cost of material, as in we're going to calculate each cup that it took us to sell every single thing.
Okay.
Okay? So you
Okay.
have a couple choices. It's an adjustment entry, right? You can just do business supplies expense or whatever, coffee cups expense, or you can actually cost each one by cost of material. And we'll learn that when we dive into chapter 13. Okay, which is closing up the books.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, of course.
Well, so far we have two that will be journalized at the end of the period. The one for this.
Okay, you think you have two. You have way more than just two.
No, I'm just basing from today's thing, And then the other one was on the 18th, where there was a grand opening also. I'm sure, yeah, there are some more prior to that.
Yes. Every time we sold coffee, there's one adjustment there. Another adjustment that we had to do is selling our coffee mugs, right? Because that's periodic. Right? Okay. You'll learn that we'll be dealing with depreciation, maybe not a bank reconciliation yet, but what happens when you have to record those charges for the bank, right? And you have a lot of more other ones that you have to do. We also have to pay our employees as well, okay? So with that being said, if you don't have any other questions, okay, you guys are free to go.
Thank you.
Of
That's it. Bye,
course.
everyone.